In this video, we will continue to talk about rendering in VRAY for Rhino. So just to recap a little bit, we started with a single object or a single subject, which could be something big like a yacht or a car, or can be also something small like a smartphone or any other device to create what is called image-based lighting and HDR. So a really simple setup with just a simple image, simple lighting, and then we moved to the next topic, which was an exterior, where we start to add also models, and we created also some sections and technical drawings with other render settings parameters. And now we move into an interior. So we are gonna cover all these different situations so that you have all the different tools that you need in all the situations that you may encounter. Now in this video, we'll also add some additional settings, additional tools, additional effects that you can use also in the previous situations. And we're going to talk about cameras. So in this video, you can see here that I have some cameras applied, and we're going to do this with some Rhino tools. And also we'll talk about depth of field, which is the part where you can have something in focus like these oranges here, and the rest it's a little bit out of focus. And the more you move from your actual position, the more things are gonna be out of focus. We will see that this is part of an advanced settings that we can give to our camera, so we can manage real characteristics and parameters that we find in real cameras in real life. Now, also another useful feature here is to use the VRAY Interactive. This is going to show you the interactive rendering right into the viewport of Rhino, and also it includes the depth of field effect, as you can see here. So this is the center of my focus right now. And so we're going to also get some lights that we already used in the videos about lighting. So it's gonna be, as also the other videos, something that is gonna recap everything from the beginning, more or less. Now the only thing I will not show you is how to insert models and materials, because you already know that from previous videos. And I will show you something about lights, but not everything, because you already know more or less how you can place them. You just need to exercise. This is a model that I got from SketchUp. So I will show you all the different steps before even beginning to rendering, how you can set up things here in Rhino. So I will save this and start a fresh new scene so that we can see the initial steps together, and especially the part concerning the optimization of the scene and the creation of the cameras, which is really important here in Rhino if you want to manage everything in an appropriate way. So let's create a new scene here, and let's bring in some models. You can use your model. In my case, I use a SketchUp model that I have, this house here. So let's start with setting up the scene. And the first thing I would do here is get rid of anything that I don't need for my interior rendering. Now, when you are in an exterior, you need all the building, but when you need to create just one render or perhaps few renders, just get the rooms that you need. So in this case, I would divide the model in layers. So for example, I have all these bottom part here that maybe I don't want to use. I want to do only the first floor. So I will change the layer of this. I'm gonna place it in a new layer with this command here, and then turn it off. Well, the roof, it can be useful. Well, actually, we will use the roof, but not the whole roof. I just need something to cover the top of the room. But in this case, I will create a new layer again, and also move this into this layer. And this is useful because I can get on the top and see the model inside, and I can do like place 3D models here or place materials, it's really handy. And let's also use the set view toolbar. This is really handy because it's really quick now to change views. For example, now this is a 2D view, which I can use for technical drawings, for example, and I can rapidly switch to perspective, which again can be helpful to see a plan view of my apartment. Now, if I need to work on this room right here, well, I don't need all this stuff outside. I can put this into another layer. So change object layer. So I'm gonna get rid of everything that I don't need, basically. This is the main concept here. Just make your model as light as possible. Get rid of everything heavy. Okay, now you can see this is also a united set of elements, so you need to explode this in order to, for example, delete the chair here or the table if you want to place another one, and all other stuff here that you don't need. Now also another thing I want to show you is when you have this flickering effect, it's because you have two things that are perfectly overlapping, two surfaces. So all you need to do is just take one of the two and just move it. Just don't make it perfectly overlapping, and you're gonna solve that problem right there. Now you can start to place materials and Cosmos 3D models or whatever. Just fill up your scene with different details, and let me move here into the shaded. This looks really technical here. Well, this is basically the same as the top view right now, but let's make it 3D again. And let me talk about just briefly about cameras. Well, you should know how to use cameras if you already use Rhino, but I'm just gonna give you some quick tips here. Now, the best panel here to work with views and cameras is this named views panel. So to open up that, you right click on this area and select the named views. Well, I don't see it. There you go, named views. So just open it up, and this is gonna help you to create all the views that you need. For example, if I start with a frontal view here, let's go, for example, to set view, front. Okay, now I can move around in 2D by switching. I will go in 3D. Now you can see that also the construction plane has changed, but doesn't matter. We don't need that in the render. And then you go inside like this. And let's say that this is our first view here. Now this is just an example. Click here, save as, and there you go. You have your first view, and then you can switch. Maybe you can move the other side here and create another view. Okay, well, this is saving in the same view, so just change the name. Okay,